When we talk about lean, we often talk about executive and CEO. And yesterday we were lucky enough to have a fantastic talk by César Ghosn and another one by Richard Follon. And it's very important for us to understand what is the perspective of executive and CEO on lean. So we are very grateful today because we have another CEO talking today, and it's Thomas Larzilliere from the company Keepeek. Thomas.
Hi, everybody. Thanks a lot for the invitation. I'm very impressed because the previous presentation was very interesting. And sorry for my English language. If I use some French words, there are many French people in the room, so just ask to them if you don't understand. Do you have a beep? Yeah. So, how can Lean support a fast-growing software company doubling the delivery without multiplying the staff? So that's a big challenge for us. We are a software company. We are based in France, and we develop a software that's called digital asset management. Digital asset management is a software dedicated to marketing and communication business unit to organize their content, picture, video, on other marketing content. We have three main activities. The first one is digital asset management in a collaborative mode. It's kind of big library to store all the content for our company. The second one is to manage brand management. It's all the assets to manage your logo, your brand charter, and so on. And the third one is product image management. It's more for retail to manage million picture to deliver this picture to the e-commerce website. So we are a software editor. That's just an example of our technology. It's a platform where you can store content, search, distribute, and also it contains now workflow to organize the marketing teams in their daily work. We exist since 10 years. We have a regular growth of 30%, and we are a part of French Tech. It's a French label for technology. And we had a label from Capterra. It's American business. It's a part of the Gartner, and they propose to vote for software, and we are elected as one of the best software in the world on digital asset management. So that sounds good, and we are very proud of it. We have more than 300 active clients and 50 employees. We have 2 offices in France, one in Paris and one in Brittany, in Rennes. The technical part is in Rennes, and the business and project management is in Paris. That's important because for us, this difference of location is a big challenge for people and for the team to have a good discussion, and also to use visual and post it on the wall. We start with Agile method in 2009. So we tried many ways to adapt Agile method for us. We started by Scrum for our R&D. That's quite a big challenge in 2009 because we have the habit to use V-cycle development, and we change. And now for us it's a quite good methodology, and it's allow us to deploy a new release of our platform every month. And every month all the company is focused on this goal, and everything must be ready: the software, the documentation, the online help, and the marketing, and so on and so on. To deploy our platform, we already tried to use Scrum, But Scrum was not very adapted to our business because it was quite long, and the customer did not understand why they have to go through a poker planning for deployment. Why should we vote an installation? Why should we vote for a training? It didn't make sense. So we changed for customer deployment, for Kanban, and that allows to have a very fast way to deploy the project to our customers. So in the command method, we perform all the professional services, the installation, and the personalization. So this slide is important because it's our business model. When I created Keepeek 10 years ago, I thought, naively, perhaps, that we could just have a very good platform, that the customer will go on the platform, just subscribe and pay, and they will be able to use the system, put that content and share in the company. But it's not our business, it's not our market. A project of digital asset management requires a lot of professional services. One of them is when you start a project, your customer have, I don't know, 500,000 content, sometimes 1 million. So you need to help your customer to retrieve this content, to organize it, and it's not just like that. It takes time. Most of the time you have to clean this data because after 10 years of digital photo production, most of the time in the customer folder, it's a big mess. So we have to reorganize it. And of course, you know, we have very famous customer, and they don't want just the platform as it is. They all the time want to personalize it and to adapt some feature for their specific needs. So that means that we had to deploy not only a R&D and a SaaS model, but also project management and people for integration. So we did it, but in the first case, for the SaaS license already, it requires few human resources, but for the professional services, it's the same deal. So we needed to have a lot of human resources. So, even if we were agile, we try, you know, agile method told us that we have to improve all the time ourselves. We try a lot of things, but we didn't succeed. We knew that we have to have perpetual improvement, but in fact we spent a lot of time try it, but we didn't succeed so much. Nevertheless, we have some specificity that shows that it could be possible because 80% of our service workload is quite similar. We use all the time the same technology. It's with the same people, and everything is similar. So if it's similar, it's supposed to be, we could be able to industrialize the process. We are familiar with agile practice, and the team want to improve, but don't know how to do. So the principle of continuous improvement was, for us, a good idea and a will of the team, but we didn't know how to start. So we meet most of the problem we had. It was a question of speed and a question of quality and profitability. When you have 300 customers, you have new customer, new project, and the existing customer asks you all the time new feature or new deployment. So when we start in last April, we had around 70 projects for 5 project managers. So it's quite big. So each project manager has more than 10 projects with 10 different clients, and this project could be big or very small. For the customer, there are immediate consequences. It's about time delivery. Our project was delivered lately, and we had a lot of quality issues, okay, because we have too many things to do at the same time. And we do not have the possibility, to hire a bigger team to go faster. For the company, it's a big challenge too, because all these projects opened are stuck in the middle, and we cannot build. So that means we run out of money because we have it was the 700,000 euro stuck in this project deployment. So for us, it was very important. And for the team, it was very, very hard. They are stressed out. Big difficulty to prioritize the task, which customer should be delivered at first. It was not very easy to do. The big ones, the small ones, the guys who shout louder than the others. And even for the relationship between the salespeople and the project manager and the engineer, it was quite hard. 5 years ago, we use a lot of Skype chat to discuss around the company. 5 years ago, each time we sign up with a new customers, all the teams say, yes, cool, a new customer, that's fine, a great project. But 1 year ago, it was not the same. Each time a salesman sign up for a new customer, we have an answer of the project manager and of the developer. Say, oh, that's so bad news. We cannot do it next year, but not now. That's weird, because the signal sent to the salespeople is just stop selling a Keepeek. Stop. So, we have something to do. We spend a lot of time in meetings with, especially after each sprint and after each week, with the team to try to solve problem. We develop big plan, to transform everything. We try to find the silver bullet. That means the solution that will solve all your problems in one row. We spend a lot of money in meetings, a lot of money in implementing new solution, but we had few results, and the team was not very happy. We also try to change our customers. That's a good idea. We ask our customer, please be more. Don't change your mind all the time. Please, we will make a big specification, and you will sign off with your blood this specification. All these things. And, well, it was quite not easy and not possible, of course. But after the second level, that was the project manager that asked to the salesman, please sell better. Have more information before selling something. If you sell a personalization, please ask before to the customer all the information we need for the implementation. It's quite impossible. And the developer does the same to the project manager, saying to the team of project manager, please do a better job. Okay. So each team started to fight together and ask to the other team to improve themselves. So we start a project of transformation with Lean IT and with a team of opera partner. And the first change of paradigm was stop focusing on our internal problem. Stop trying to solve problems that we don't have and start to solve problems that our customers have with us. And that changed the way of mind of all the teams. And now, and we start in April and to look after our client improvement ways. So, the slide seems very simple. We knew that we sign up around 3 projects a week with customer, big project, small project, but 3 weeks. and our capacity of delivery was only of 2 projects a week. That seemed simple, but we took, I don't know, 2-3 weeks of thinking, of observing the Keepeek before arriving to this obvious slide. So we started with 2 simple objectives. If we sign off 3 projects a week, we have to be able to deliver 3 projects a week. Okay, it's obvious. And the second one is the question of satisfaction, because we don't know absolutely what the customer think about us. Most of the time, after a project, you know, they say, okay, that was hard, but it's cool, but we don't have no idea precisely of what they thought about us. So we start by a voice of customer, by asking what they think about Keepeek. The level was not very high, and it was the second goal is to increase this level. For us, these 2 things, in fact, was very important. First, that's simple. It's simple for everybody to understand that 3 in, 3 out. And then it's prioritize all our improvement. Because before, you know, we had a lot of engineers, they have a lot of idea to improve something. Most of the time, the new idea is to install a new software, a new project management software, for instance, or a new quality software. And I saw in 2016, my CTO that arrived and come to me, Thomas, we did something very, very important, okay, what did you do? We implement a big database with Elasticsearch, and now we are able to log everything on the platform, and we are able to see the behavior of the customer. Okay, that's quite good. Does it take a lot of time? No, 3 months with 1 people. Wow, okay, yeah. And what is it for? Silence. Okay, so an example, what we solve a problem that we didn't have, or not yet. So now with the 2 simple objectives, we decided to choose our priorities by the light of these 2 main goals. So we started by measuring what we did in delivery, and with this visual board, just seeing what we can. Week after weeks, we just measure how many projects we were able to deliver, and we're around sometime 1, 2, sometimes 0, and we decided to measure it. That was the first board we put in place. Right? The objective was to reach, I already did it, totally, but 3 projects a week. And we completely organized our week of delivery. Each Monday, the team choose with the project manager and the sales what are the 3 eligible projects that we need to deliver this week. And that means that all the team, project management, all the engineer, system engineer, and even the R&D must focus on this objective each week. That means we choose them on Monday, and every day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the project director and all the team after each day, okay, are we able to deliver? I will be able to deliver. It will be possible or not. And all the team focus all their effort to deliver these 3 projects a week. On Friday, we measure the success of the failure. Okay, are we? It was a good week or a bad week? The Monday after, of course, we choose 3 priorities, and we have a PDCA on analysis, failure and gap if they exist, and we repeat week after week this process. And each time we failed in delivering 3 projects, we took time and take times with project manager and the team to try to explain why. why it was not possible to deliver this week because it was planned and all the company was focused on this objective. And that make our priorities. The second goal is about feedback and what the customer think about us. So what we do now is after each delivery to the customer, we have a period of voice of customer. So we call the customer, or if we can, we have a physical meeting to ask, okay, what is the note? Where we were good, where we were bad, and do you have any suggestion for improvement? Our team wanted to do it, by a Google form. Okay, we'll send a Google form, a survey, a nice survey to the customer. He will answer, okay. The customer never answer, or they don't pay attention to your survey. So it wasn't very, very efficient. But it was a big deal for the project manager, because during a project, the project manager wear an armor because he has to be protected from the customer aggression during the project. But when it's time of voice of customer, the project manager must be naked because you have to open, okay, tell me how I was, okay? And it was a big change of mind for a project manager because it's not very easy. Initially, honestly, they refused to do it. They wanted to find alternative, to say, okay, we will switch. If I make the project, another project manager will make the voice of customer for me. But it wasn't very efficient because the project manager need to hear what the customer really want. So, to fill the PDSCR list, we have now two main things: the failure of delivery week after week, and the voice of customers. If someone in the team has an idea of improvement that doesn't come from these two inputs, it's hard, to decide to go to this improvement. Okay, but for us that's a good thing for prioritizing. So we wrote a list of PDCA. So sorry, it's in French and it's not very well written, but what is the problem, the cause, the action, who is the owner, and so on. But I think you know this. Okay, that was the list we manage now every day. So, an example. We had a project with Galeries Lafayette. Everybody knows Galeries Lafayette. We deployed a very nice portal for them. It took 3 months for deploying the project. And then we are very proud to deliver the project, and we send an email to the customer saying, okay, it's done. Can you test? But in fact, we didn't say to the customer, we didn't call him, and the customer didn't have the login and password. And then he received the email, but didn't go, and then he didn't test. So the deployment was delayed from 7 days, just because he didn't have. We had a lot of similar example just for the customer acceptance period. So we decided to focus on it and to make this PDSCR. What is the cause? We have a lack of anticipation and communication at the test phases. So the project manager don't know when this phase can start. The developer says it's finished, but just at the end. So the impact is important. The deployment delay for the customer is important. Waste of time for the customer, of course, and that block our internal command process. So now we decided to implement a countermeasure, inform the customer about what is likely the date of delivering, and for each delivery, the project manager must spend 30 minutes at phone with the customer to start with the customer the first step of customer acceptance. And we reduce by 2 the number of tickets in the column user acceptance. The second one is a portal development for Amaury Sport Organization. You know, they organize the Tour de France, Paris-Dakar, Marathon of Paris. It was more focused on the portal. The SEO portal could not be delivered on time because the term and condition were missing. You know, term and condition, you know, the small link in the bottom of the portal, just the link, but it's important because it's legal. And it stops the opening of the website because we didn't have this information. In fact, we request this term and condition for our customer very lately. And you know, it's quite long to the customer because they have to ask to the legal to deliver this document. So that was the cause. The impact was very important because we didn't be able to deploy in time. And then when we retrieve the document, we have to restart, to go back on the developer desktop to put the document inside and to deliver in production. Well, also many problems in portal quality. We had around 13 customer feedback per ticket. That means you deliver something, you think it's good, but no, you have 13 tickets per 13 feedback per ticket. One of the causes, and the main cause, is the developer, when they start, they don't have a clear idea of what to do. So the countermeasure is now in place. The first thing is to use a red bin when the developer thinks that the input are not in a good quality. He don't start. He go to the project manager and ask immediately, I'm not ready, it's not possible to start. Okay? And the team decided also to create a checklist before starting and for internal QA. And we now better tickets, and we have in June less than 1 or 2 tickets per 2 problem per tickets. And then we changed a little bit our Kanban, and we created a fast lane. You know, the fast lane, it just to put the priority. We decided to have three projects this week. Okay, we create a fast lane, focus on this project. If we have other tickets, okay, the priority is lower. Okay, so now we started from 2 projects per week. Now we are around between 3 and 4. We initially delivered 60k euro a month. Now it's more 80 per month. So for a year, it's for us a big improvement. And we did it without any extra employee. So for us, it's a big success. It's a pure profit for us. And the voice of customer started from around 6, and now it's to 8. And this process allows to detect 3 unsatisfied clients. And when I say satisfied, it was very not happy. Okay. It allows us also to create new talent in the company. The first one is Olivier Lacombe. It's a project manager officer. And when we start the project with Lean, very fast he understood what are the challenges. And he is now a very a key person in the company, and he spent 30 minutes each week with each project manager to work on PDCA. And the second one, a very junior developer, Antoine Blin. He worked on the portal. You know, it's just a HTML integrator, but he loves the methodology of Lean, and now he's our gardien du temple of the PDCA. That means he goes, if he see in the list of PDCA that some PDCA are not very active, he go to the PDCA owner and say, okay, where are we? Can we do something for you to make a progress on the PDCA? So what next? We want to go now to 5 projects a week because we continue our growth, and now we have 5 projects a week. So we have to reach this deal. And we have to extend this process to other technical teams, the support, and the R&D. They are very jealous because they didn't have the same training, so they're very curious, but we have to train them. And we want to extend also this method to other non-technical team, HR, financial, sales, and marketing. In financial, we just started in September because we had a problem of customer payment, and we make PDCA to try to find solution on a customer payment. Okay.
Thank you very much, Thomas.